AMC Theater's attitude toward employing those with disabilities isn't just about compliance, it goes far beyond that. It's a passion and philosophy that drives the company toward the goal of its AMC FOCUS program, to help remove barriers that may prevent those with disabilities from gaining competitive employment with competitive pay. With this program, the world's second largest theater chain is helping prove that those with disabilities are actually quite capable of shining bright in the movie biz and beyond. Bob and Lisa Weafer's son, Kyle, who is on the autism spectrum, participates in AMC's FOCUS program, which has helped to alleviate one of a parent's biggest concerns, how their child will do once finished with high school.
I think AMC FOCUS has also provided him that next stepping stone coming out of high school. He sees his peer group graduate, go to college, move on with their lives, and he at least now can kind of sink his teeth into some content, some structure, some future, and he's almost like found a second home with AMC. At first, I had my reservations. I thought maybe it was more a kind gesture or an act of benevolence, and for that we were greatly indebted. But I think that Kyle has proved that he's been able to deliver, and for that you got a great employee. The guy is never late, always on time, 30 minutes early for that matter, and loves his job. And he's happy doing whatever you ask him to do.
Perhaps most importantly, AMC FOCUS has helped Kyle and his parents feel what some may take for granted, just being a normal teenager.
I think AMC's given him a second chapter, so to speak, in his life. It's allowed him to feel responsible. We've talked about that, but he feels like a normal teenager. He's doing what other teenagers do. They go to work. He's going to work. He's earning money. He's starting to understand the value of money. It's really opened a second chapter in his life.
When he had his first evaluation after being there, I think it was after his probationary period, and he got a raise of 25 cents. That meant more to him than anything. He was thrilled. I think he felt like almost like he was part of the team at that point, because I think for him that meant that the job coach was going to start backing off, that he was going to start taking a little more steps in being independent and just taking care of his own needs and doing his job and doing a good job and feeling fulfilled about that.
I'd like to move the apartment, be my goal someday when I'm 25 years old. And another thing for you, I get 6 roommates, I think.
Not only is Kyle branching out, but he is one of the top performers at his theater. Kyle was the only associate to receive 5 scores of outstanding on any shift evaluations at his location. It's the type of performance that has both AMC and Kyle hopeful to continue their partnership for some time.
Yes, I do. I'm looking forward to it. Made my goal.
Kyle working toward that goal has helped instill a sense of pride while also proving doubters wrong.
Since Kyle has joined the AMC theaters as an associate, he is just he's a lot more independent, and he just takes a lot of pride in his work. I think he's actually grown up a lot.
I guess as parents, you always hold some reservation. Parents of a child with disabilities, whether or not this kid's trainable in the professional workplace. But why should I doubt him? Because AMC Theaters never did.
At AMC, the average tenure for an associate with disabilities is nearly 5 years for entry-level positions versus just 1.6 years for the entire entry-level population. And the company proudly employs an average of more than 2 individuals with disabilities at each of its 360 theaters. It's something that is not only seen at their theaters, but also felt personally within the company. Keith Wiedenkeller, Senior Vice President and Chief People Officer at AMC Theaters, has this hit especially close to home.
I do have a personal interest. I have a daughter who has a significant disability, and I've seen up close and personal how difficult it can be for people who are in that in-between space to get employed, because people make assumptions, people make judgments, and it's very difficult for people in that place to be employed. And getting employed is really the secret or the next step in growing up for most people. And the upside so far outweighs that initial investment of time and energy that it just makes good sense to do it.
In one short year, AMC FOCUS has grown from 1 associate to now nearly 800 in the program. Associates like Kyle are helping to show that that those with disabilities not only make good business sense for companies, but more importantly, highlight the strengths of an untapped workforce. So what's the main learning point from the AMC FOCUS program? Simply, it's not about doing things right, but it's about doing the right things.